You won't believe what my parents did to me. When my father died, they gave my entire inheritance to my brother, over $1 million worth. He burned through everything in just 3 years. And now, they want me to bail him out. Here's the full story. My parents gave my brother everything when our father died and told me I should be grateful for life lessons. So I watched him burn through $1 million in 3 years, and now my mother wants me to bail him out. I'm the oldest. That used to mean something in our family, or at least I thought it did. I worked 2 jobs through college while my brother partied at an expensive school my parents paid for in full. I paid my own wedding costs while they dropped $80,000 on his. I watched them give him the family business, the house I grew up in, and pretty much every asset my father had when he passed 4 years ago. What did I get? A wooden box with some of my father's old cufflinks and a note that said, "You were always strong enough to stand on your own." My brother sat at the lawyer's office smirking while I tried not to cry. My mother patted my hand and said I should understand. He needed more support because he wasn't naturally driven like me. That was her way of saying he was a screw-up and always would be. I left that office, drove home, and told my husband I was done with them. He held me while I sobbed and said we'd build our own life. And we did. We saved, invested carefully, bought a modest house. I started a small consulting business that actually makes decent money now. My brother? He ran my father's contracting company into the ground in 18 months. Turns out, naturally driven matters when you're trying to run a business. He fired the experienced guys my father trusted, hired his buddies who didn't know what they were doing, and took on jobs they couldn't complete. Lawsuits piled up, clients left horrible reviews everywhere. He sold the business for scraps before it totally tanked. My mother called me crying about that, but I didn't answer. She left voicemails about how hard it was for him, how he needed support. I deleted them. Then he sold my childhood home, the place my father built with his own hands. My brother sold it and moved into some expensive condo downtown with his girlfriend. I heard through a cousin that he was buying bottle service at clubs, taking trips to Vegas, driving a BMW he couldn't afford. My mother made excuses. He's young, he'll figure it out. He didn't figure it out. He burned through everything in less than 3 years. Last month, my mother showed up at my house. I was getting my daughter ready for school when the doorbell rang. There, she stood on my porch, looking smaller than I remembered. Older. "I need to talk to you," she said. I almost closed the door. My husband put his hand on my shoulder and whispered, "Just hear her out." She sat in my living room, the one I furnished myself with furniture I saved up for, and told me my brother was bankrupt. Completely broke. The girlfriend left him when the money dried up. He'd been evicted from the condo. He was staying on her couch and she couldn't afford to support him on her Social Security. "You're doing well," she said, looking around at my simple but comfortable home. "You always land on your feet." "I land on my feet because I work for it," I said. "He's your brother. Family helps family." I actually laughed. I couldn't help it. Family helps family? Where was my help? Where was my inheritance? You got your father's blessing, his pride in you. I got Cufflinks, Mom. He got $1 million worth of assets. And you're still better off than him. That should tell you something. She was crying now. "Please, he needs $50,000 to get back on his feet, a loan to start over. You have your business, you could spare it." $50,000. I thought about the years I worked overnight shifts to avoid student loans, the times I ate ramen so I could make rent, my father's funeral where my brother showed up in a new suit while I wore a dress from Target. "No," I said. My mother's face went hard. "You're really going to let your brother suffer because of jealousy?" "I'm going to let him experience the consequences of his choices, Something you should have let him do years ago. Your father would be ashamed of you. That one hit deep, but I didn't let her see it. My father gave him every advantage and he pissed it away. He made his choices. I'm making mine. She stood up, shaking. You're not the daughter I raised. You barely raised me, Mom. You were too busy raising him. She left, slammed my door so hard a picture frame fell off the wall. My brother started texting me the next day. Long messages about how sorry he was, how he'd pay me back with interest, how he just needed one break. I blocked him. He called from different numbers. I blocked those too. Then my mother's friends started. My aunt sent a Facebook message calling me heartless. Some cousin I barely know posted something vague about people who forget where they came from. My mother told everyone I was successful in refusing to help my struggling brother. The part that really gets me? Nobody mentioned that he already got his help. He got everything. He got the whole inheritance, the business, the house. He got more help than most people see in a lifetime. My husband says I made the right choice. My best friend says my family is toxic and I should stay away. But I keep thinking about my brother sleeping on my mother's couch, about him losing everything. Then I remember that wooden box, those cufflinks. My mother's voice saying, "You were always strong enough to stand on your own," while she handed my brother everything on a silver platter. He got his inheritance. He spent it. That's not my problem to fix. But my whole family is calling me selfish and cruel. They say I'm punishing him for my parents' choices, that he's still my brother and he's suffering. So, am I the one in the wrong here? What would you do in this situation? Let me know in the comments below.